Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes for another NUSC news update. You must be getting bored of the sight of me, but every day something else comes out that's worth talking about. And we're going to get into it ASAP. We've got Amanda Staveley with a social media post defending the tour. We've got news on Bruno, or we think it's news. We hope it's great news. And if it isn't great news, we've also maybe found a replacement already, which I'm going to go through and tell you why this lad looks like he's going to be the next big thing potentially. But it's all potential. We just never know, do we? But first of all, Amanda Staveley has come out on a social media account and she's defended the tour of Australia, but also as a fan, criticising it a little bit as well, which is nice to see. She understands that the fans are frustrated by it. I mean, why are we flying out 2 days after the Premier League season's finished to travel halfway across the world to compete in a nothing tournament? She understands it from a fan's point of view. The tours also took a lot of anger from the fans who went to the second game where they saw the Newcastle youth team play. None of the first team players were even available. And that angered a lot of fans who paid a lot of money to watch that game. A lot of the players did walk around the stadium, though, and take photographs with fans and stuff like that. So that was nice to see. The fan engagement was there, but they wanted to see those players on the pitch. So why did we do it? Especially just before a massive tournament. And we've got players who were going to that tournament as well, the likes of Isaac, Graf. You've got Bruno going off to Brazil as well. For their Copa America tournament, whatever it is that they play in. It just seemed a bit crazy, but this is what she said. Oh, by the way, she's deleted this post since and reworded it a little bit by missing out the other news that potentially we've got another sponsor coming in, which is massive. So here's the statement. I've seen a lot of comments about the NUSC Australia trip, which I'd like to address. Besides being a shareholder, I'm first and foremost a fan. As a fan, I understand that this trip was controversial. So there you go. She sort of sees the fan side of it, doesn't she? However, personal opinions aside, revenue generating trips are crucial to the club's commercial success. The decision to go was taken by management, and ultimately, I have to support their decision. Nobody wants a fresh team ready for the new season more than me, and we are doing everything we can to support the manager in achieving this. So, defends it, doesn't like it as a fan, but sees it as the reason why. It's a business decision, basically. We had to do it because, let's face it, FFP is a pain in the ass, or PSR, whatever they want to call it these days. It's a thorn in our side, a pain in our backsides, and we need to sort out our commercial revenue. So you understand why. But as a fan, she's not happy about it. But as a shareholder of the club, she understands the business decision and she knows it better than us. She knows what the books look like. She knows what our constraints are and what our budget's going to be. Now, this is the bit that's been deleted. So her and her partner had a very productive working trip to Monaco with a potential sponsor, and we are looking ahead to the new season. We are united. We are united. And that is exciting because that could be an F1 team. It could be anything to do with F1. It could be Aston Martin. There could be a big sponsorship coming out of that trip. And that is something to keep an eye on because, again, more sponsors, the better. We still need a training ground sponsor, training kit sponsor, potentially changing the name of St James's Park to something St James's Park at Amrico or something along those lines. There's a lot of money to be made still for this football club to push forward. So let's wait and see what we can do. I'm excited, and I understand the frustrations of the Australian fans who travelled to that second game. Potentially, they maybe should be refunded half of their ticket price. I don't know, because they didn't see any of the first team players. It was a bit of a car crash when it came to that. However, the first game was fantastic against Spurs. The crowd were up for it. There was 70-odd thousand people there. They got their money's worth. So I understand the frustration side of the fans, but I also see the business side of things as well. So I understand. I don't like it because I don't want to see the players, putting themselves at risk. But there you go. But bring on the next season. Right, Bruno's dad. We love Bruno's dad. He loves it in Newcastle. He's been telling fans at the Brentford game his son is going nowhere. Sometimes you got to take that at face value because let's face it, at the end of the day, his dad's not going to say, yeah, he's off the city. But it's nice that he addressed the fans and spoke to them, Bruno loves how the fans love his dad as well, and how welcoming we are, and how we look after him, and we talk to him. And his family's massive for Bruno, and this is one of the reasons why I think he's staying. His dad's put this on with Bruno's celebration, saying 2024-25. It looks like he's staying. And the other good news that came out today, I don't know if anyone's seen it, but Man City are taking the same stance as Arsenal. They do not want to pay £100 million for Bruno, but that's his release clause. So if Man City or Arsenal want Bruno, it's either stump up or get lost. It really is as simple as that, which puts us in a great situation where it doesn't look like Bruno's going to be going anywhere. The price is putting two big clubs off, and it's just tough. We're not going to accept anything lower than that unless we're desperate. But I don't think we are. I think we're in a better position than what everyone makes out to be. But if we do sell him, have we been scouting his replacement in Scotland and Celtic? It's a very interesting one. So before we start talking about this player, because I'm excited by this player, even if we don't sell Bruno, I would still like us to make a move for him, to be honest with you. But I'll just quickly throw out our sponsors, Diacro, Baz 20% off for all their merchandise. Please check the description below. Absolutely amazing. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my videos, and hit the thumbs up. It really does help. And on Tuesday night, we've got a new transfer show coming with Will from Twitter. You would have seen Will. He's got a big following. He gets a lot of stuff right. I've known Will for a while now. He's been in our Newcastle group, dropping all the information in there before he drops it on Twitter. So I'm very, very excited to team up with him and do a transfer show, hopefully once a week. The first one is tomorrow night, Tuesday, 8 p.m. So if you want to know what's going on, please tune in for that. We're going to be going through wages, budgets, players on the radar, trying to get rid of players, all that sort of stuff. It's all to come. So I'm really, really looking forward to that one. So please consider checking it out. Right, the hot talent in Scotland and at Celtic is Matt O'Reilly. Now, Matt O'Reilly, with an Irish name, is actually English, but actually now plays for Denmark. He is in our group in the Euros, so we will get to see him firsthand of what he can do. He's 23, he's left-footed, he plays in midfield. He wears the shirt number 33, if you're interested in that sort of stuff. But why am I excited by him? Now, you know me, I love my stats. Absolutely love my stats. This guy's SOFA score is off the charts. I mean, it's very hard to get a very high SOFA score for a full season. Matt O'Reilly's SOFA score, I know it's in Scotland, and what we always say when you're in Scotland, always half the stats, but don't half his SOFA score, because that's crazy. But half his goals, assists, and all this sort of stuff, half them, and that's what you'll probably get as an outcome in the Premier League. So just wait until you hear this. So his SOFA score, 7.91. That is an incredible season SOFA score. He's even had a 10. On the 15th of May, he received a 10. I've never seen a 10 before. Absolutely incredible. Played 37 times, started 37, averages 88 minutes per game. So he comes off very rarely at the end. He's been in the team of the week 21 times. Now, goals, 18 goals from midfield. He's missed 10 big chances. He has made 13 assists. He's created 14 big chances. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Key passes per game, 2.5. Passing accuracy, 83%, which is fantastic when you think about he's doing it in the opposition half. Shots per game, 3 per game, and he averages 1 on target. Fantastic. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more exciting, because we always look at what Eddie Howe looks at. What kind of players Eddie Howe like? Someone who can press, someone who can tackle, someone who can intercept the ball, and also do it fairly, of course. So these stats really excite me. Ball recoveries, 5.6 per game. Tackles per game, 1.7. Total duels won, 4.6 per game, 51% of them. 3.5 are ground duels and 1.1 are aerial duels, and only 3 yellow cards. So that is Matt O'Reilly of Celtic, 23, could be, if Bruno does unfortunately leave, he could be the replacement. So absolutely mind blown at how good he is. That has been in the news for a couple of days. I've only just picked up on it. Our scouts have been watching him. Could he be the replacement for Bruno if Bruno leaves, or could he just come into the side? I mean, those stats are phenomenal. You half them, it's 15 goal contributions in the Premier League. That's massive. It's something we don't have in our midfield very often. So it's worth looking at, worth keeping an eye on, and we'll see what happens. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be back for more. Don't forget, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. for the live transfer show, though. Really looking forward to doing that. Smash the thumbs up, guys. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll be back when there's some more decent stuff to have an opinion on. Take care till then.